a bottle of white, a bottle of red, perhaps a bottle of rosé instead. They say in vino veritas. To that I say, let's raise a glass.
Welcome back to Got Knowledge, where you'll not only brush up on your blind tasting skills, but also enhance the enjoyment of your next glass of wine. My name is DeniZe, your virtual partner in wine. Tonight's session in How to Taste, a guide to enjoying wine by Jancis Robinson is the noble art of spitting. Once Mad Dog and I were having a discussion on the strict laws against public spitting in Singapore. Before moving on to a more pleasant topic, Mad Dog summed up the conversation with, "Don't expect to rate if you expectorate." Although we associate spitting with seedy old men, spitting does play a practical role in tasting wine. Firstly, sad but true, it is not necessary to swallow wine in order to taste it, since our throat has absolutely no sense of taste. And quite honestly, the less you swallow, the clearer your head and your ability to taste will be, because your judgment will not be clouded by a haze of alcohol. As with most rules, a certain amount of common sense applies to when to apply them. And in the case of not swallowing your wine, I would suggest not being obsessive about it, especially on social occasions. First of all, it might put a damper on the sparkling dinner conversation, or draw unwanted attention to you at a restaurant. And let's face it, what a waste of a good wine. However, what do you do if you're the designated driver? Despite the zero-tolerance laws regarding drinking and driving, you needn't feel left out. Simply bring along a small wide-mouth plastic container, such as an empty bottle of vitamins or a styrofoam cup with a lid, and discreetly use it as a spittoon. Believe me, unless you turn it into a production of Much Ado About Nothing, no one will notice. There are also other good reasons for not swallowing your wine. If you have other commitments and need a clear head after a tasting. If you're attending a tasting of several wines of 6 or more. Or if you're tasting very young wines that offer little or no palate pleasure. Okay, we've covered the whens and whys. I think it's time to discuss the hows. If you want to do it right and with pride, you'll need to practice. What's the best way to practice? In the shower? Or while rinsing your mouth after brushing your teeth? Or how about when eating watermelon, using the seeds to practice your pucker and precision aim? Who said practicing was boring? Ultimately, you're going for a forceful spit, an elegant arc, and a spot-on aim with no dribble. Before closing, one note of caution. Even if you're diligent about not swallowing your wine, the fumes from the alcohol can still go to your head. Well, that concludes tonight's session. Tune in next time for formal tastings. Thank you for joining me, and remember, got knowledge? Pass it on. bottle of red, a bottle of white. It all depends upon your appetite. I'm here next week, so do drop by. Arrivederci, ciao, goodbye.